we got a lot of people that worked on this year. All of our actors. Zach, our producer, Bob did production design, Ryan did our music. We have two of our actors here. Carolyn did makeup, and Adina's up there as well, but thank you for acting, Adina. So I was hanging out with Zach and at Portillo's, and we were talking about how we hadn't made anything in a really long time and felt really bad about it. And so when we were walking back to my house, I just mentioned that I wanted to shoot something in our neighborhood in the autumn because I really like the look of it. And it kind of had the vibe of like suburbs and like old horror films. And he said, yeah, we should definitely do that. About a week later, I sent him the first draft of the script, and then by the end of the month we were filming. It happened really fast. Yeah.
It happened really fast, and I didn't even know that there was really going to be a script coming out of that. We were like, let's grab lunch, and then it was, a week later, we all of a sudden, the script hit my inbox, and I was like, all right, I guess we're doing this, so we jumped on it. A lot of us went to school together, a lot of people came together though outside of it. It was a fun shoot, 3-8 shoot. It was a fun film. All at Mike's parents' house. Thank you.
Yeah, they let like 20 people invade their house for a whole weekend, so it was pretty cool. So thank you, Mom and Dad. Yeah.
Questions for them? Right here, back here.
Was this made in Rockford?
Yes.
It was made in Batavia, and all of it, we actually used the same house, even though it's supposed to be 3 different locations. So Greg and Jeff's house was the main location, and then for when it's Jenna, that was actually the side door on the house, and then the backyard party was just the backyard of the same house. So the only time we had to leave the house was when they were sitting in the car, and that was out by the Fox River. So it was nice, we kind of condensed it all to one spot, so that definitely helped keep production fast. Saved a lot of time, and not having to deal with location managers is really cool.
Right here.
The makeup was really well done. How did you guys get to do that?
Sorry. I'm going to let our makeup artist talk about that.
Thank you. Actually, God, makeup, I got called one night to ask to do makeup by somebody that, yeah, thank you, Travis. Because I didn't know anybody. And I showed up and I was like, well, there's like 12 dudes here and I'm the only person, so cool. Actually, they sent me a picture of what they wanted the makeup to be like. And they're like, well, this is what we're looking for. And I was like, no. So I was like, you know what, Mike, I'm gonna do one, and I'll send it to you, and you'll see what you like. Maybe we'll change it up. And he actually really liked it, so I was like, okay, cool. We're gonna run with that. So that's how makeup went. And I had like 2 days to prepare, so a lot of it's Party City. Open all October. But yeah, I mean, it was great. Usually you get a lot of people that really want a specific thing about it, but Michael was like, you know, this is what we're kind of going for, but he let me play around with it, and it actually turned out really well.
Anything else? Right here. Dan?
How many times did you have to run that really long take at the beginning of the car?
Okay, so basically, we were filming at the house that day, and we knew we had some time to go out and shoot that long take. And when we were filming it, well, we were supposed to be several shots and not just one long take. And we were a few takes in, maybe like 3 or 4 takes in, and I got a call from the house that was we messed up the schedule and we need to be back in like 20 minutes. And so it was either and he's just realizing this, so it was either we could try and get another shot or we could try and nail that single take. But I'm going to let Ben talk about this because Ben and Xavier nailed that scene and we're able to talk like 3 minutes straight and just totally knocked it out of the park. So he's in his mouth, so I'm going to let him talk about it.
I have been wondering about that for so long. I had no idea why we weren't doing a reverse or different angles or anything. And I was like, oh, okay. If I know that, I would have acted more that way at the camera. But no, it looks great. I never knew that. That's freaking awesome. I had no idea. That's cool.
We also, our cinematographer Chris isn't here, but he did the color as well, and he had one really cool trick. It's really subtle, but through that whole take, the editing, it's really slowly zooming in to make it a little bit more interesting. Because when we shot it, it was just this really far away wide shot for 3 minutes, and we were like, what are we going to do with this? But luckily, Ben and Xavier are really good actors, and were able to pull that take off. So it was probably, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 takes, something like that. It wasn't that many. We did it fast. I mean, we shot the whole thing really fast. What? Oh, we had it. Yeah, we had it. Our sound mixer and sound recorders were hiding, crouched in the back seat of the car, and I was hunched behind the trunk of the car, trying to listen to what they were doing. But I trusted them. We were really lucky with the crew and the cast we had. They were able to pull that scene off.
R, you got one over here? Oh, one over here. Yes.
What was the idea behind them being a disorderly demon?
Yeah, so basically the idea, it had a lot of iterations. Like I said, we wrote it really fast, but the idea was always there was some kind of like evil or like demonic element. Originally there was a draft where the main characters were normal and they were the ones that were kind of invited back to the house by kind of like a cult. But the ultimate idea ended up being that there are 2 demons and they're sent out to kind of get sacrifices, but they treat it just like a normal day job. Like they're just like office buddies that have to go out and do this stuff. And obviously one of them's very into it and likes the idea of kind of preying on people, and the other's really not up to it and doesn't get it. But and we had to kind of play with it. We originally had an idea where the whole time they were going to look like demons and just no one would acknowledge it. And it was just, and logistically we couldn't pull that off, so we had the idea of kind of when they're in public, they're able to change their appearance, but as they're emotionally affected, they kind of slip out of it and actually accidentally let like the demon into the show. I guess that's a good idea. Very philosophical.
One back here.
Any thoughts of revisiting the characters?
Oh, serious.
A little bit.
You gotta ask this guy.
Oh, would you want to play that character again?
100%.
He says so, I guess we have to. But yeah, thank you. Yeah, I've definitely thought about it. I mean, I'm sure other people that work on films can attest to it, that once you finish a film, you're kind of sick of it and you want to like not touch it for months and months. But it's finally been long enough to where I revisited an episode really happy with it. And yeah, there's definitely been thoughts of kind of expanding on the idea. So I do really like Greg and Jeff's characters, and it's such a vague open premise of just their demons in the real world that there's probably a lot you can do with that. So it would be cool to revisit it. But I'm also kind of lazy with writing, so we'll see.